Hello, I'm perfume writer, and today we're going to talk about Minuit et Demi. Minuit et Demi was personally a highly anticipated perfume for me. As the perfume's name suggests, it was created under the control of a well known Australian perfume YouTuber named Demi Rawling. According to her, a fateful encounter with a brand official from a British niche perfume brand, Fragrance du Bois, began all this. The overall creating of perfumes was done in collaboration with German cosmetic perfumes and fragrance raw materials company called Simrise. Fragrance du Bois seems to have introduced Simrise to Demi, maybe. Demi Rawling was able to create Minuit at Demi through a steady cooperation with Simrise Labs perfumer Stefan Bangana, the chosen one, I would say. Minuit at Demi was released online on 19 December through a pre-order titled Limited Edition in a collaboration between Demi and Fragrance du Bois. However, in a recent video, she talked about the second order schedule in March. And yeah, my birthday is in March. So, to look at the notes of this perfume, on the top notes, it has bergamot, cardamom, pimento. Middle notes, coffee and caramel. Base notes, vetiver, cedarwood, cashmere, vanilla, musk, and tobacco bourbon de l'air. Assuming this is Simrise tobacco and bourbon base. So now I'm going to talk about my impression about this perfume. I gently take my nose closer to the sprayer. Not even longer than a glimpse it takes, I could imagine and feel the chic and refined lady's figure in front of my nose. It's a scent with comfort and softness vibe, which I've never felt and smelt before. Lost my word as soon as I applied. And there is this mood of sexy and complex. Later, slight woody touch seemed passing by, and the scent of coffee, which seems a bit light to be called as gourmand. However, after a while, the scent of coffee beans covered in thick and sticky caramel appears and shows off its intense gourmand vibe to end the question of gourmand identity of this perfume. However, interestingly, this real gourmand nuance failed to keep its power and eventually fall into soft gourmand, which I love. The aroma of coffee beans was only for a while, and at the same time, the nuance of butter slightly gazed, and the sexual feeling of cardamom, which is not too spicy, slowly raises its head together. But all this development was just a small show off of the supporting actors for the lead role. Now it's time for the main character to appear. And I think the main character of this perfume is the unique note of Simrise Tobacco Bourbon de l'air. First of all, tobacco's typical bitter taste seems to be slightly revealed. But soon, this bitter scent becomes noticeably weak. and the tobacco's cherry vibe, cherry scent, which appears beautiful and soft. Gently appears, yes, the dominant cherry scent of Minuit et Demi is showing quite a noticeable similarity to the dry down scent of our beloved Parfum de Mali, Parfum de Mali, Herod. Beautiful. It's a scent that touch the emotion that seems to bloom in a fairy tale. Even though in the beginning, even though in the opening there was an appearance of cardamom and pimento, a pimento which is a sweet, warm, spicy scent like a mixture of clove, cinnamon, and nutmeg, with erotic personalities, the spices of the notes is quickly reduced in overall scent except in the short opening. After all, the most impressive part of the lingering scent after the opening is tobacco's cherry scent. In terms of perfume creating direction, I think this result might have been influenced by Herod, the scent which Demi Rawling usually loved. And I think the secret of the cherry is in Tobacco Bourbon de l'Air. It's gourmand, but not gourmandish. What I felt consistently after I wore Minuit et Demi is that this perfume is the one which has a very subtle scent, balance, and charm with its scent trail that never leans to any single note, except Tobacco Bourbon de l'Air, which I assume. So I would say, so called, this is a well rounded perfume. Minuit Demi's cherry-like scent was not as cherry as dense, rich, and sticky as Harrod's, nor as cherry that highlighted tobacco's too bitterness, but a very soft and lovely cherry that seemed secretly seated on a refined woody scent of vetiver and cedarwood. What's also surprising here is that the cedarwood of Minuit et Demi was softer than any cedarwood I've ever experienced. I expect the reason is that it got influenced by the cashmere note that gives a soft feeling like cashmere. As time goes by, I can smell cedarwood, cherries, and roasted coffee beans. Especially with the scent of coffee beans, it is not just the scent of coffee beans, but the scent, bitter scent, but its pleasant bitter scent with its scent texture that comes up when you just open the cap of a warm Americano takeout cup. As time goes by, again, it is surprising that the unique sexiness of Minuit et Demi, which was dense in the beginning, turns into a more intimate and private form of sensuality. All those showing off decoration are now seemed to be laid down and finally revealing its raw and pure sincerity. Of course, a little woody pimento and cardamom's unique exotic vibe is still slightly exist after the opening, but it is not comparable to the secret, mysterious, sophisticated, and sensual main cherry scent of Minuit et Demi. What's surprising is that Herod has its used cigarette scent from tobacco note. When we bring our nose closer to the skin, it has it. However, Minuit et Demi has a smoky scent of mashed cloud. Don't worry, smoky scent in here doesn't mean the polluted smoke nor the smell of cigarette smoke. Rather, it is close to the scent and texture of when filtering the burned tobacco leaves to be very soft and not spicy. While we're at its comparison with Herod, to talk about a bit more about the difference between Minuit et Demi and Herod, obviously, not every part of Herod is alike Minuit et Demi, but only the cherry scent from the dry down is. In Herod's case, I can feel the scent of sticky apple as well as cherry. And also, I think it's a scent more for an outgoing event, while Minuit et Demi is scent for indoors. Herod also has a sweet scent of dense, rich, and sticky cherries that seems to be pickled in sweet liquor in the opening, while Minuit et Demi has an impressive touch that reduces sweetness but highlights softness. Indirect and clandestine scent. Unlike Herod, the boozy feeling of an alcohol does not occur to me at all. If Herod seems like a rich paint on the skin, Minuit et Demi feels like a soft, cherry flavored smoke applied very close to the skin. Scent that's easy to overspray. While Herod can't, due to its dark, decadent scent with a contrived feeling, like saying, I wear perfume today. Minuit et Demi, on the other hand, is a scent that naturally blends with the scent of your flesh to create a beautiful synergy. It's not too sweet, not too gourmand, not too woody, powdery, nor fruity. Minuit et Demi is a perfume that stands exactly the opposite of these expressions. If you think Minuit et Demi is sweet, go try Herod. Then you will change your mind. To sum up, while Herod is sticky, rich, dense, sweet, and boozy cherry liquor, when you take out a lot of its pointy nuance and raise the refined softness plus sensual feeling from the first love, then this is Minuit et Demi. If you had a hard time with Herod's sticky sweetness and booziness, I strongly recommend you to try out Minuit et Demi, a secret and sensual scent covered with sophisticated image. Perfect balance found in not too much. The best romance method found from the quietness. For me, Minuit et Demi is the upgraded Herod, based on the sophisticated and complex touch of Demi. Wouldn't it be like this if Herod exclusive came out? But I'm telling you, Minuit et Demi and Herod are completely individual. Sniffing after a while, the scent was like a warm and very soft cashmere-like scent, which is made of with not too sweet caramel mixed with cherry vanilla. Never met this kind of soft cashmere before. Byredo, black saffron, they also have a cashmere note. But to compare with this, that's just the sandpaper. So this scent perfectly fits to its keyword, scent for an intimate night. Mysterious, not overdose, quiet, mild erotic feeling of the scent flows through the skin as soon as I wear Minuit and Demi. If the opening of the Minuit et Demi was a scent close to unisex reminiscent of both East and West, the dominant scent of cherries in the second half was relatively slightly a bit leaned to its feminine side, and somewhat more Western than Eastern. However, as soon as I smelt it again, I knew that I was wrong saying that. Whenever I felt that very soft but noticeable cedarwood in the base note with cherries, I could once again draw both sides of the East and West in front of my nose. And now I'm getting suspicious here. Is this the big picture of Demi Rawling's We Are the World plan from Australia? A country of multicultural and multiracial? Nice. You did a good job, Demi. Again, after a while, cherry plus vanilla. But actually, vanilla doesn't stand out, just adds slight sweetness to tobacco's cherry nuance. But anyways, cherry plus vanilla appears, and the cedarwood in the base note slowly rise very smoothly with the same rate as cherry. I can't believe cedarwood, the spiciness scent of the pencils, was able to give you this soft feeling. I can't help but admire their beautiful creating skill. The scent on your skin after 7 hours is milky, but very gourmand with a 5-5 ratio, with not too sweet caramel latte and cedarwood. 5-5. 12 hours later, I can smell the scent of a slightly sweet, creamy, and milky vanilla latte with cherry 8 caramel 2 added. 13 hours later, the presence of cherry subsides very weakly, and a little sweet, creamy, and milky latte of caramel 3, vanilla 7 last on skin. Surprisingly, 24 hours later, even shower included, the scent of Minuit et Demi remains somehow clearly on my risk. The boundaries between caramel and vanilla was torn apart. But based on this, I confirmed the scent and texture of a slightly sweet, creamy, milky latte remained intact. And yes, my doubts about the longevity of Minuit et Demi were completely resolved. This is the perfume I've been looking for. And now I'm going to analysis about this perfume with each categories. With age, I would recommend this for early 20s to late 20s. With a sex, I would recommend this more for unisex or women as time goes by to dry down, and then man. With time, this reminds me of Minuit and Demi, obviously. With place, this reminds me of space not allowed for anyone, but only for my lover. With occasion, this reminds me of when it's a private, intimate night with a lover. With atmosphere, this reminds me of secret, quiet, sensual, mild, erotic, intimate, cashmere like soft, subtle, tender, cushiony, warm, private, refined, cozy, novel, fragile, soft, natural, feels good. With a color, this reminds me of cherry color, not too bright nor too black. Nor too dark. With the temperature, this reminds me of cozy and warm atmosphere. With season, I would recommend this for 4 seasons. With a texture, I can feel the softness like a cashmere. The figure that I can think of from this perfume, I actually have a whole story of this, so please listen. Here is someone on the border between a young and matured woman. She took the opportunity of an unimaginable life chance and accomplished her lifelong dream. However, she seemed somehow puzzled. Obviously, feels so proud of what she's done. But even for her, there are times when a lot of people's attention pressures her while everyone looks at her as some sort of superwoman. In real, she is also the one who needs her nears, warm and cozy arms from time to time, no matter how bright she is. After 30 minutes past midnight, Minuit at Demi puts all followers' attention down and spend her own private healing time for herself and also with her adoring love. With the versatility, I would give 5 out of 5. You can wear this daily, but I would more recommend it for you for an intimate night. The uniqueness, 4.5 out of 5. Don't ask me why. With longevity, I would give 4.2 out of 5. This is a scent that remains until the next day, even if you take a shower, alright? No question with that. Sillage, 1.5 out of 4. This is a not too loud perfume. And that's why actually you can overspray this, which is awesome. And also, I have these assuming main accords here. I would say tobacco, caramel, warm spice, vanilla, sweet, lactonic, woody, fruity, musky, and blah blah blah. And I'm also assuming the main notes as caramel, tobacco, bourbon, de l'air, vanilla, cardamom, coffee, cashmere, cedarwood, and blah blah blah. As a summary, I would say Minuit et Demi is a cherry beauty. Thank you, Demi Rawling. This is no, I was very happy to receive your creation, and I really do wish you to um, have a beautiful, beautiful future with your loving feeling of perfume. Thank you so much.